Hello, ladies and gentle ladies. Welcome back to another railroad development stream. I have just noticed we are, for some reason, I don't know what's happening here. We have some Windows capture problems. Welcome back to another railroad stream. It is Friday today, which is a little unusual, but I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow. Hence, I'm streaming today. So, hello everyone. Welcome. Yeah, I kind of just want to get things done today. That hasn't been happening in the past few streams, but I think we're just going to try and power through it today and see what happens. Now, since we left off, I've worked a little bit on it, but I haven't actually made any progress, unfortunately. So as you can see here, I've actually kind of lost progress because now neither of these work. As for why those don't work, I have no idea. So if I bring up IntelliJ here, let's go with, sure, we'll go with Railroad itself. Okay, so this is Railroad itself, and in the console we have this massive error that pops up. Basically, it's saying that it's unable to load the module because of... I don't find it. I think it is... I have to try and find it. Somewhere in here, it gives me a cause by which tells me why it can't load it. But we have to try and find it. Ah, here. So it says module cannot be null. And this, as we should be able to see somewhere... comes from basic railroad Gradle task line 33. So if we go into the plugin, the issue is occurring here. Now, I am very lost of why this is happening. Because let's have a look, right? So let's find the one usage of this. So we'll go one usage. It's here. So it's saying this module here is null, which means this module passed into this method as the second parameter is null. If we go into here, module is literally created right here. I don't see how this is a possible execution path. I like, how can this be null? It's literally created right here. But I'm a little bit lost, to be honest, but I want to try and figure this out today and hopefully maybe get it done. I'm wondering if possibly the one Railroad is using is outdated, maybe. That might be what's happening, and that's kind of my only logical conclusion. So first thing we're going to do today is quickly test that theory. And I'm just going to delete the existing ones, and we'll go from there. So there you go. I've deleted the existing ones. Let's quickly do a... just do a reload first, just in case. I don't think there should be anything, but we can check. Yeah, we're still on 1.0.0 as well. Let's see. Let's just check that it does actually reload and stuff. First, hello. That is a name and a half. Hello, Thick Boy. Welcome to the stream. Okay, interesting name. Okay, so let's go ahead and publish this, and it should publish perfectly fine. There shouldn't be any problems here. Okay, so that was successful. Now if we go ahead, quickly reload this in here. Okay, don't do the hot swap. Okay, let's just check that this reloads. This should reload perfectly fine. What we can do, because there's two places this plugin is referenced. One is in the init script, and the other is in our actual build.gradle here. I don't think that will cause an issue. The issue would be with this one. So let's go ahead and run it now, and let's see what happens. If we can get this working straight out the gate on this stream, that would be fantastic. But I unfortunately don't think that's going to happen. Let's see. I suspect it was using the correct version, but this is what we're about to find out. So in theory, it should finish loading, and then Okay, so that suggests to me that it's probably still null, which is interesting. I genuinely am a little bit confused how that's possible. Okay, let me open the project again. And I'm actually just going to directly look for any new instances of this. So I'm going to do a new basic railroad Gradle task. So the only places is here and here. This is an argument though, so that's not relevant. So it's literally just this. And I assume build tasks likewise is only called here. And that means module is only there. I'm genuinely a little bit lost on how this is possible. Let's look at where build module comes from. That might be helpful. So build module happens here when we try and build the initial project. So if we look at this, so this is called in actually two possible places, which is interesting. This can be called in build in here, which is this build project, and it can also be called, oh, both of them are here. Right, okay. So one of them has a parent, which is, yeah, okay, I see. So this one will build the parent if the parent is not null. That makes sense. Okay. What we could actually probably do here is do that. Yeah, I think that would probably be better. Let's actually try that, because that might actually fix it. Now that I think about it. I'm going to quickly delete the Maven artifacts. I know you're not meant to do that, by the way. Someone's probably going to come and tell me that's really bad. I am aware you're not meant to delete Maven artifacts, but I don't want to publish like 10 million new versions every single time I update this project trying to get this to work. So I think it's fine. Did I just press publish, or I did, didn't I? Okay, good. So let's go back to Railroad. Let's stop it and let's reload. I don't think we should actually have to reload, but we'll see. Okay, maybe this will work. If this doesn't work, I am going to try removing this, because possibly something weird is happening, and because I don't think it can be null. But let's have a look. Whoa. Okay, so it has opened. Let's see. Okay, that didn't change anything. I suspect it has given us the same issue. Yes, it has. Okay, let's look through this stack trace a little bit more and just see if it references anything else. Because maybe something is hiding in here. Let's have a look. So this is like, okay, 2 internal lines, 1 internal line. Yeah, it's never going to be the internal lines. It does seem to just fall back to this. I think there was a second one that was in here though. Oh, so that's all part of that. Yeah, none of that is part of like the Gradle plugin or anything. That's just failed to load Gradle model. Yeah, so the same issue is occurring here. But once again, that's not really helpful. It doesn't tell us anything new. Okay, I'm going to try and remove that that throw here and see what happens. I don't think it can be null. I assume something is just happening with some weird Gradle jank that's making it think it's null. So let's go Gradle plugin, and in here let's delete this entire canonical constructor and publish that, and maybe this will work. I did kind of have this working, or I probably should reload it in here. Not that I think it's strictly necessary, but don't want that to be the cause of it not working. Yeah, we can see that constructor is now gone. So that shouldn't throw us an exception, and it might show us an issue somewhere further up or down the line, maybe. So that's what we'll try and do. Okay. So we're going to open it. I'm just going to let you guys see the log, actually, because you'll know if it works by that. Yeah, you can see it hasn't worked. So here we got a different error saying Gradle task cannot be null. Interesting. Where does that happen? I wonder if I wonder if Groovy, when it throws an exception, right? Like, for example, say this. Never mind, that doesn't really make sense. I was wondering if maybe when it throws an exception, the object will default to being null, but I can't imagine that's the issue. I'm going to get rid of this one as well then. And maybe that will fix it. So, by the way, for those curious what I've changed since the last Railroad stream, I've basically gone ahead and I've had to rewrite the entire thing. Because what I didn't realize is you can't store non-serializable data. So previously I had things like, I can't really show you, but if I look in the DTO builder, actually, you'll see. So previously I was actually storing like this project class inside of the basic Railroad project, but basically you can't do that. Is what I've learned. So I'm only storing the necessary data, and I'm just using this builder to go ahead and build everything. Let's try this and see. There could be somewhere else where we have the same issue though, so this is just going to be a little bit of back and forth, at least for the start of the stream. Stop that. Okay, so that's done. So let's run it again. Yeah, that constructor's gone. Okay. I also had to rewrite some of this, which I will admit, ChatGPT helped me with a little bit. I wrote this part, but apparently you had to do settings to plugin manager to apply, rather than what I had previously was just like apply plugin, I think. Is what I had previously, and it just didn't like that, which I think makes sense. So you just have to do this bunch of Gradle stuff that I don't really understand. Let's see what it does now. Okay, so a different error. So it's saying element cannot be null, or element cannot be mapped to a null key. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm then going to put a breakpoint in there, and we're going to see what it thinks is null. I'm guessing that sometimes the module is null, so that's what we're going to have a look for. I don't know if it's always null though. If it's always null, that's a bigger problem, but if it's not always null, then that's not such a big problem. Okay, so we'll look at elements. There are 90 elements, which means 90 tasks. And it is saying here, module is null on every single one of them. Interesting. Okay, let's open just one of these data objects here. I mean, I am noticing, I will say, it seems to be wrapped in a bunch of extra things, which is maybe why it thinks it's null, because it's being wrapped in these weird, groovy objects. Like a protocol to model adapter dot invocation handler impl. Like, what? Excuse me? And then there's a proxy that's wrapping that. It's like, what is going on? So this is the actual Gradle task here. Yeah, and it's basically saying the module is null. Now, I wonder if it's possible the module gets resolved later on? Maybe? So, like, we might find that in the future that gets resolved, but I don't think that makes much sense. Yeah, so it's saying the project is null, the module is null, and all of the arguments are null. Interesting. So what I suspect is happening here is basically it's avoiding some level of recursion. That's what I suspect is happening. Because if you think about it, if it tried to serialize the module of the Gradle task, then it would have to serialize the tasks of that module, which would then loop round because each of those tasks would serialize that module. So I suspect there's a level of recursion which maybe this is avoiding, because I think it has to serialize these basically into pure Java objects. That's how it works under the hood. So I don't really know how you resolve that. I'm going to try and do a Google here. I mean, I'm probably not going to find anything because Gradle plugins are like very, very not documented. What do I even want to Google? Don't know. Actually, I'm curious. 1 second. Let me go back to here. Does this implement hierarchical element? So it implements railroad Gradle task, which does implement hierarchical element. Okay. But what does it return for get parent? Okay, so it returns the module, which returns the module. Let me have a look. Gradle plugin. Unable to serialize nested objects. Like I don't know. Okay, who's emailing me? 1 second. I'm getting like 10 million emails right now. Okay. Don't even know. No idea what that is. Bunch of rubbish. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing anything helpful here. So, best bet is... I mean, the problem is we can't debug what Gradle is doing because we can't debug Gradle. Like, that's just not a thing we can do. Let me just see, where are these elements coming from again? So where's build tree called? Here. The build tree is on elements. Elements comes from this observable list. Right. So when is elements populated? Set all get elements from model. So it calls get elements from model. So let's go to implementations. So in this case, we're looking at this one. So it does model service.get cached model. It maps that to a project, and then it maps the project to its modules. I suspect the issue actually might be somewhere in here, mightn't it? Okay, I'm gonna try something then. I'm gonna do this. So that's the cached model. If the cached model is empty, we'll return an empty list. And basically we're just gonna do this by just normal rather than streams, and that way we can actually debug it. So we can't get the tasks from the project, we have to get them from the actual modules themselves. So if we grab a list of railroad Gradle task, and let's go tasks is equal to a new array list, and then we'll have to go through each module in the project. So railroad project dot modules dot for, and then we can do add all module dot get tasks, and then return tasks. And then we'll also go ahead and breakpoint that so that we can see maybe what's going on, and hopefully we'll find something from this. It could be simply that get modules is not what we want to do, and maybe we actually want to do get children. Possibly. Maybe. That's very much a possibility. So we could try that if this doesn't work, but let's just see what this does to start with. So cached model, first of all, it is not empty, so that's good. And then it gives us the project. So let's just start by looking at the project. Okay, so it has no parent, it has one module, and then that has 90 tasks which don't have a module assigned to them, which is really weird, isn't it? Interesting. So if we do this, okay, so what is tasks? Let's have a look at what tasks is. Yeah, so tasks doesn't have the module. I am actually kind of thinking maybe it is get children that we need to do. Maybe Groovy or Gradle has some back-end system that requires you to call get children over get modules. I mean, get children, I don't think needs to even... I mean, get children is basically overriding this method from hierarchical element. Maybe that's breaking it, though. Maybe I shouldn't do that. We'll have a look. We'll see what this does. Okay, so... Okay, so module... Let's just have a quick look at the module and just see what's in here. So it has the tasks. The tasks, it's so weird that the tasks don't have a module themselves, because that doesn't really make sense. Yeah, that clearly hasn't actually changed anything. Maybe we do the same thing here, right? Maybe we do get children here? Possibly? Let's try this, actually. So let's do railroad Gradle task dot class colon is instance, and then here let's do railroad Gradle task dot class colon cast, like that. And I doubt this will fix it, but I'm willing to try it. And maybe the project itself needs to be... I mean, it is a hierarchical... No. Oh, I see. That's the project. Yeah, but maybe the build model needs to be a hierarchical element. No, I don't think so, because that comes from here, doesn't it? So, actually, that doesn't make sense. Okay, let's see what this does. Probably won't change anything, but it's worth a shot. So, let's step over. Boom. Okay. 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 Just see what that looks like now. So now it's empty. Really? Huh. That's weird. That's really, really weird. Interesting. Let's have a look at the plugin itself, and let's have a look in the module to see what we do for get children. So it adds all configurations and it adds all tasks. Interesting. Task should be a railroad Gradle task, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Let's do this then. Let's make that a variable. And let's try that. Because then we can see what the children specifically are. We can figure it out from there. I think we're starting to get somewhere here. We're starting to get down to the bottom of things. The last resort here is going to be AI, but I want to avoid doing that because I'm realizing I'm relying on it too much. So that will be the last resort. Interesting. So oh, never mind. This isn't what I meant to do. I meant to do this. So this will be the module children. Okay. I meant to get that. I don't really care about doing this. Okay. The interesting thing is that this works. So why doesn't this work? And I don't know the answer to that. Okay. So we've opened it again. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to breakpoint it. Of course I did. Of course I did. That's such a me thing to do. Let's try again, shall we? Meanwhile that's doing that, actually, I am going to open the plugin on my other monitor so that whilst it's loading every time, I can try and like figure things out. I don't know if that's really going to work, but we're going to give it a go. So let's see what this resolves to. So module children, here we go. There's 137 of them, apparently. Okay, and as suspected, a lot of these are going to be the configurations. But you can see, even in the configurations here, the parent is null. Which is so weird. And even the parent of the dependencies are null. Really? But yet that doesn't happen with the project. I wonder, actually, the module here is wrapped in this proxy thing. What about the project? Project is also wrapped in this proxy thing. Okay, does the module have a parent? No, the module does not have a parent. So what it seems like is that the children are being populated, right? But it's never like that parent is never going back once it reaches the child. Okay, I just want to have a look at the configuration class. No, really isn't anything. Okay, I think we're gonna actually have to use our last resort here because I'm kind of running out of ideas. I mean, clearly the problem is, right? If we just go through this, the problem is this parent in any class I have is just not being passed in, even though it is literally like being created, right? Like that's dependency, but for any of these, right? They all have their parents. So like Gradle project is there. Oh, that's a good point actually. Oh, we can't see. I wanted to see like things side by side. Do they have that, or is it just the parent field itself? Doesn't seem to make a difference. Yeah, so build modules. So you can see here the Gradle tasks themselves. Like those are being built like this. The other option that we could try is, rather than using records, right, where the parent is like this final thing, maybe we just have like a setter method and we just straight up run that method like afterwards, right? Maybe that's the issue. Maybe the objects are being created in a way where that data can't be set later, and maybe it's not constructing it in the same way I am here, and that actually makes a lot of sense. Now, do I want to go through this entire thing and change that and then find out that's not the issue though? I'm going to push it to Git first. Let's do that first. Let's push it to Git, and then we'll figure things out. So Railroad, Gradle plugin. Okay, I have a ton of changes. How do I even make everything serializable? Kinda. That's what I'm gonna call the commit. Okay, and I'm gonna push that as well, just to get that out of the way off my PC, so that if I fuck anything up, it shouldn't cause an issue. So I think let's go kind of from the top, and we can figure out kind of from there what's happening. So all we have to do is convert this record to a class and basically add a setter method for, right, so basically make the parent here not final and just have like a set parent. Maybe? I'm gonna try that. I don't think that's correct, but I want to try it. I do want to try it. So I'm gonna quickly, there you go, I've deleted the existing publications. So we're gonna publish that, and we're gonna go back into Railroad. We're gonna do a reload. Okay, and this if this works, this will only affect the project itself, like the modules. It will only affect the modules. Everything else won't be magically fixed. Or maybe it will. I don't think it will, but maybe it will. So let's go ahead into, I've opened it up. Let's see what happens. Ooh, I don't know why I keep yawning. I've been really tired today for some reason. I was yawning so much like earlier. No idea why. It's actually kind of not doing anything. Now that's interesting. It's not doing anything, is it? Maybe because it's running recursively. I think that actually could be it. Yeah. Because if we think about this, so if we are trying to serialize the module has a reference to the project, right? But then the project has a reference to the module. And so we could get into this serialization loop. I'm curious if... No. I'm curious if it stack overflows at some point. What we can try... Now, we don't want to make this transient, because we do want to... That's the kind of the problem, I suppose. We do want to serialize it. I'm just trying to think, do we actually need the parent of things? Do we actually need that? I mean, I kind of am saying yes, but then that still actually hasn't done anything, which is really interesting. Like, it still thinks it's loading. I'm curious, actually. Is it eating up my RAM? Holy Java processes. Jesus, where have these come from? But no, it's not eating up my RAM. Are those all from Railroad? They're still all open, even though I've closed Railroad. Should I just close all of these, or is that going to break things? I don't know. Sure, let's try it. Seems to not be changing anything, so... We're just going to end all of these. We don't know where they've come from, but we also are not really caring right now. You and you. Okay, I think that's fine. Okay, interesting. The other thing we could try. I think let's just cheat, guys. Wait, no. One last thing I'm going to try. One last thing. I want to see if we actually can call this method ourselves. Maybe. So let's go into the DTO builder. Let's just see what happens if we go ahead and actually call that method. So when we do build module here, that gets us the module. And then if we maybe do, for example, like module.set. Oh, interesting, because it's not right. If module instance of a railroad, I don't think this is going to help, because this has actually just caused us more issues than we had previously, right? So I think we actually don't do this because now it's not even loading. So I think for that reason, it's kind of not actually worth trying to do this. What is the change? Oh, right. This is a class. Let's undo this. Let's just get cheating. Just get it over and done with. It might not even know. Like, this could be a complete waste of time because it might not even know how to solve this, but it's the best chance I have. So maybe it knows something about Gradle that I don't. But I suspect it is because of this recursive serialization loop. I just don't know how you would fix that. Like, maybe Groovy has some object you wrap things in. 1 second, codex just needs an update. Yeah, like maybe you need to wrap things in 1 second, I'm gonna have a quick look. The problem is if you search up Gradle plugin serialization, it brings up the Kotlin serialization, which is not helpful at all. So, you know, you just kind of can't Google it. Oh, we got access to GPT 5.2 codex. Sure, let's see how good it is, shall we? My background terminal, interesting. Anyways, yeah, so I am having an issue where the parents of all the objects are not being serialized, causing the parent to always end up as null. I believe this is because of a recursion issue, so I don't know how you would go about fixing that if it's the case. As an example, railroad module always has a null parent, even though the parent project I pass into it is never null. So I'm guessing the issue is somewhere in Gradle's own serialization logic. Please figure out a solution for this. Let's see. I probably shouldn't have told it so much because it might run with that and not second guess it. But it's fine. Let's see what it does. Okay, so initially it's looking through the DTO builder as expected. So then it's going to look railroad module, basic railroad module, railroad project, basic railroad project. Yes. Okay, that's as expected. It will either know the solution from there. It might look at like the build.gradle. Maybe. You would think actually that's the first thing it would do. Or maybe something like the project plugin, but it hasn't done that. I don't know why. I suspect it's maybe reading the... What would it be doing right now? It's not going to be reading this entire thing. Well, no, it's not. Yeah, it's not still going to be reading this because that's only 58 lines. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something I could do. Like, just instead of having like a reference to the project, have a reference to the project path, and then maintain some kind of lookup, maybe. But I don't think you need to do that. I mean, if we look at like The reason I think this is because if we look at like IDEA module, which is the IntelliJ plugin, right? So if we go like, oops, sure, this one, whatever. We actually don't have. Okay, we actually can't see the implementation classes, but like, I don't think they have that kind of thing. I don't know how it's going to figure this out. Unless it already knows that's a thing, then I don't see it figuring it out. Unless it looks into the Gradle source code, which it's not going to do. Meanwhile, this is doing actually. I'm going to do something very similar. I'm actually going to go on to ChatGPT, and I'm going to ask ChatGPT, how do I store a reference to my custom DTOs within a DTO, not cause a recursive serialization loop. The parents are always resolving to null, even though in the execution path they can never be null. Okay, wait, let's just keep this open so I know what this is doing. Okay, I'm just going to give it the code, but I'm only going to give it like that, and then I'm going to give it... I don't want to give it this entire file. I'm going to give it just this. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna go into here. Okay, I've just also asked ChatGPT at the same time, which is like it's kind of me asking ChatGPT twice, I suppose. But let's see. Okay, ChatGPT says that basically I shouldn't embed DTOs. And I should instead give basically everything an identifier. Yeah, it thinks I should basically use an ID as the path, and then hold a map of, or like hold a map of the project path to the projects. Is this what this is doing? I assume it probably is. I probably shouldn't have let it just go haywire on it. What has it done? What is it doing? Why has it done this? 1 second. Trying to figure out what the hell this has just done. Right. What is it doing? The parent fields are getting nulled because the tooling model serializer can't handle cyclic graphs. The DTO's embed full parent objects that also contain child lists, so Gradle drops parents to break the cycle. I rewired the builder to use detached parent references with empty child lists, so the parent info survives serialization without creating cycles. Right. I think I understand. So it's basically passed in a parent that doesn't have any children, I think. Has it done that for everything, though? Oh, I said have you done this. It knows what I mean. Okay. Should we try it? It might work. If it's done what it says it's done, it should work. It's just a matter of, like, has it done what it said it's done? I don't know if it has or not. Let's publish and find out. If not, I'm going to do basically what I'm going to do what ChatGPT suggested, which is basically have a lookup somehow. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but we can figure that out if this doesn't work. So I actually am going to plonk a breakpoint there. Is this going to work, though? I'm just trying to think, because are we anywhere doing, like, are we trying to at any point get the children and then, no, are we trying to get the children and then get a parent of one of the children and then get the children of that parent? Don't think we're ever doing that. I'm just trying to think, what are we doing here? So we're passing down the tasks. I mean, the alternate solution is that I just pass down the modules, right? And then I wouldn't have to get the parent of the task because I then know what module has what tasks. That would also just work. I think we'll try this though, and we'll just see what happens. I probably should have imported before I started running it, so let's just give it a second. Okay, so that's done. Let's go ahead, run it, and see what happens. I'm actually somewhat quite confident this will work. I think it's probably along the right lines at the very least. So we'll see what happens. We could find that it's an issue with my code path that makes this not work. Because if we ever do need the parent, the children of a parent's children, then this won't work. So if we now look at module, hopefully the module will have a parent which won't have any children. If we look at the source object here, we can see that we do indeed have a parent and that won't have any children. That's fine. That's fine. We shouldn't need to get the parent of a child's parent. Wait, the parent of a child's parent's children. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. So let's just let that run and see what happens. Interesting. So that has given us nothing. So I suspect we are actually doing that somewhere. Okay, interesting. So let's look into here. And let's see if are we doing that? Like, not this one. Let's close that one. Actually, let's close everything other than this one. So it didn't call this though, did it? did it call this? 1 second. Let's try this again. I don't think it called this method. Is there ever an execution tree where it doesn't call this method? Elements will add listener, which would only happen if like this doesn't work, but it didn't error, so I don't know. I'm not sure that can happen. But let's have a look. So I'm going to give it a run again. Let's just see if any of our breakpoints get hit. No, they didn't. That's weird. You know, that's really weird, actually. Let's find usages. So that happens here. Let's go ahead and breakpoint that, maybe. Maybe no elements are being added. I mean, I don't see how that would happen. Maybe? Maybe. I don't know. So go ahead and run that again. Okay. Okay, we are hitting this. So if we look at the tree, so this is actually the dependencies one, which is interesting. So what is elements then? Okay, so we have elements here. We have their names. We even have their parents, actually. So why would this not be building then? Oh god. IntelliJ? Oh, chat. We may have broken IntelliJ. Can I step into you, please? Please? Look at the tree view. I guess we can see if it's got any children. So the root. Yeah. Does this have any children? Weak children? No. So something has actually happened in there then, hasn't it? Also, yeah, that's true. That can just be like that. Hello, Wide. Welcome. We are suffering the pain and suffering that is Gradle. Okay, I'm going to revert this back to what I had before. Not exactly what I had before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do get modules. And then here I'm going to do get tasks. And then I'm not going to make this a variable anymore because we don't really care. And we're going to get rid of both of those. We're actually just going to get rid of that entire thing. And see what happens. Because maybe that stream was just doing weird shit. I don't know. And then we can figure out dependencies afterwards. I just want to get tasks working because we had that working before we did all these shenanigans. So I'd like to get that working first again. Otherwise, that would be a bit weird. So let's open tutorial mod again. It's just an easier project to work with than Railroad itself. Okay, so let's go. Okay, let's just quickly. I'm kind of concerned because IntelliJ can't. It's not able to collect the data, which is concerning me a little bit. Uh-oh. What is happening? It's not able to collect the data for some reason. Maybe let's plonk a breakpoint on this line instead, at which point it should have already resolved everything. Maybe? It's a bit weird though. It's concerning me a little bit. Okay, so let's jump into tutorial mode again. I'm gonna put it on my other monitor real quick though. Okay. So here we go. Now it's collecting some of the data. So the module should hopefully have some tasks. Let's just go into here and have a look to see if that's true. It does have tasks, and hopefully those tasks have a parent. They don't? What the fuck? Now I'm confused. Now I really am confused. Did it say it? Interesting. Huh. Really? Okay. The tasks module is still turning out to be null. So maybe you missed some? Because if it only looks for... If it's only looking for, like, the keyword parent, right, then maybe it won't find that one. We can actually have a look and see if this is true, though. If we go into the task here... yeah, the parent is called module. So maybe that's something. Yeah, because I suspect if we go to where this is being called, it really doesn't like this. IntelliJ hates this. Oh god, yeah, it really doesn't like this. Module holds task DTO to module references is separated. So what's it done? That's the Gradle project. Could that be it? Maybe? Maybe. That could be it. Maybe if it can't deserialize one of the things, it just completely skips recursive children. Or cyclic children, I should say. Maybe? I mean, I'm running out of things to guess. But I mean, this is definitely the issue, I would say. It's somewhat related to something here. Right, so let's do a... I need to go publish first. Otherwise, we're not going to get anywhere. There we go. Okay, that's done. Then we're going to reload in here. Give it a second. And when that's done, we will go ahead and run. I don't know why this is taking so long. There you go. Don't know why that took so long. Usually it doesn't take that long. Okay. Come on. Fingers crossed, chat. Okay, 1.21 tutorial mod. Here we go. We're about to find out. Any second now. So, if we look at the module, hopefully the tasks have a reference to the module as their parent. Do they? Wait, where is the module? Oh, this is the module. Right. So we need to look at the task. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I think this has worked. I think we're onto something, chat. We're actually onto something. Okay. So. Only problem is we are now stuck again. Because for some reason... Okay, let me do this. Maybe the debugger doesn't like this. I don't necessarily know. Okay, I'm just going to remove that breakpoint actually. Can we see all of the breakpoints? 2 breakpoints. Okay, there's no breakpoints. Good. Let's just see if it works without breakpoints. It should now work without breakpoints, I believe. Okay, fingers crossed. Yes, it has worked. Here we go. So we're back to where we were before. Now, dependencies doesn't work. I can't say I'm surprised about that though. Dependencies are suffering the same issue. Can you go through the entire project and ensure that any DTO references are old? Okay, that should cause it to actually go read all the files, hopefully. I mean, I don't know if this is really an ideal solution. It'd be nice if like we could populate it ourselves. Maybe. I'm just thinking in terms of like, it would be nice if you were given like just a Gradle task, and from that Gradle task you could go all the way up to like the root project. I think that would be really nice. I'm like, do we want to do that though? I mean, it's certainly something that like Railroad I feel like could do. Like we could do that within Railroad ourselves, even if we can't do that in the plugin because the plugin doesn't allow us to. If we could do that in Railroad ourselves, that would be nice. So maybe that's worth considering. You had a nice day? I have had a... Sure. My day's gone okay. I went out for a nice walk for like 2 hours. Got back, did some stuff on Industria. I've mostly been doing Industria today, to be honest. And like... something else. I was doing something else earlier today. I don't know what it was though. Okay, I don't know why I'm looking at IntelliJ. Nothing's gonna happen in IntelliJ. What about you, Wide? How's your day been? Have you had a nice day? Okay, that's... Nice. I haven't seen my school friends in like 2 years. It's actually kind of crazy. But yeah, that's always nice. Okay, what are you... Why is it taking so long? This shouldn't take that long. All it needs to do is do the exact same thing it's done for the other ones. I probably could have done it at this rate. Other than that, they're not. Yeah, I get that. I feel like I've been very unproductive recently. I don't really know why, because I think I have actually been quite productive. The thing is, recently, all I've been doing is like the same thing. I've been doing the same thing on 2 projects for months. Right? I've been doing this on friggin' Railroad for God knows how long. I've been doing friggin' multi-blocks on Industria for like friggin', once again, God knows how long. Like 4 months or something. I'm just like so bored of it on both of them. I just want to get both of those things done. I want to get friggin' Gradle stuff done on Railroad, just out of the way, just poof, gone, get rid of it. And then I want to get friggin' multi-blocks done on Industria, because I want to actually like work on the mod, not friggin' multi-blocks every 2 seconds. But like, I can't work on anything else on either of them without finishing these things. So I really want to get this done today. I really do. And we're almost there. Like, we are so close to getting this done. The second this is done, I'm friggin' moving up. I'm moving away. We're going to work on a console window next. Which will be interesting. That's going to be interesting, yeah. Right now we're working on the Gradle tab. So tasks are now done and these work, so that's good. The next one is dependencies. It's funny because we're working on a thing that basically no one uses. I don't know anyone that's ever used the friggin' dependencies in the Gradle tab here. I personally have never done that, but I mean, maybe people do that. I don't know. So I'm like, in a way, wasting time because it doesn't need to be done, but tasks are very important. Those do now work though, but in theory this should work. We might have to debug it ourselves though. I suspect what's happening is, I mean, we can have a look, but I would like to assume that basic railroad dependency, the parent. So the thing is, the parent can be null here. Yeah, it is actually being dependencies is there. But what's the parent in this case though? Yeah, so here you can see the parent is actually being passed directly as this element, and I'm guessing that this, oh no, it is actually being passed the it is being passed the reference. Interesting. I actually didn't think it would be. Unless maybe something in here uses the configuration? No, doesn't seem to. Interesting. What is has this fixed anything? Oh, it's actually changed it all. And it's given me a bunch of errors as well. Lovely. Thank you. I think it's that one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so this might work because now it's building a bunch of references. Get rid of that comment as well. I get that. I'm fully aware it doesn't do that. Also, can I import these? I can't import these, right? I believe. Oh no, I can import these. I thought you couldn't import these. I vividly remember having to fiddle around with this because it wouldn't let me import them. Apparently you can, so I don't know. I must be remembering something different. Okay, let me go to the Maven. I'm going to delete the artifacts. And hopefully, I beg that this works. Let's see. Also, 1 second, I'm just looking at something. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let me publish. Come on, please work. I really want this to work. Just get it over and done with, please. Please. Come on. We're going to reload. We're going to run it. I'm still going to run it in debug mode because I don't really trust it that much. But, come on. Fingers crossed. Come on. Okay, let's go tutorial mode. Okay, now is when we cross our fingers. Okay, no errors. No! Damn it. Okay, in that case, what we will do is we'll go to the the other one. Gradle dependency tree builder. This one. Okay, let's plonk a breakpoint in here and let's have a look at what's happening. So it's passing in the project and a list of railroad configuration. Interesting. And then what is that doing though? Okay, let's have a look. So I'm going to open the project and we should get our breakpoint triggered, which we do. So let's look at our list of elements first of all. Now, the fact that there's 47 elements suggests to me that maybe the dependencies are... Wait, no, because there's going to be more than 47 dependencies. So these are all configurations, which is right, that's correct. And hopefully these have a parent in of themselves. So... Okay, let's just breakpoint there and then let's forward to it. Okay, so if we look at root configs, what is root configs? Size of 0. Interesting. Why? Oh no, that's correct. Right, that's like top level. Right, that's always going to be empty. I don't know why I thought that wasn't going to be empty. Interesting. So this is configs by module. Does the configs have a module as their parent though? Isn't the parent of a config a... Oh no, they are modules. Okay. That should work then. Has the Gradle stuff been hard to figure out? It's just been like... The problem is you can't have recursion in the structure of an element, right? So like... Look at, for example, what's the best example? A dependency. No. A task, right? So a Gradle task belongs to a module. So the module, if we go to here, the module has a list of Gradle tasks, right? And then the task has the module which it belongs to. So you end up like with this recursive cycle, and Gradle just can't do that. Like it just doesn't. It doesn't let you do that. It just dies. So that's what's causing like all of the issues. It's really a pain to deal with. But what we've done is we've given it like a fake parent that has no children, and therefore it shouldn't be recursive. But something is obviously still not working here. Config.getParent is instance of railroad module. That should be true. And then config.getDependencies is not equal to null, and config.getDependencies is not empty. So let's just quickly have a look. All of these configs should have dependencies. Let's go into like this one. Yeah, okay, so those have dependencies. It's not like they don't have dependencies. And then it groups by the module as the parent. That should be fine. I don't see why that would cause any issues. Okay, so now we're here, and we've got our configs. What? What? How is that empty? Oh. Okay, we might have to turn this into a normal for loop. Can IntelliJ do that actually? It can. Look at that. Look how lovely that is. Okay, let's try this then. And we'll have to go manually, figure out what the hell is happening here. One thing actually we will do real quick. We will do this. So we'll do module, which just makes that a little bit easier to read. So this is for the configuration in the. Let's actually go through this because it's possible we see something here. So for configuration in the elements, which is fine because we know there's like those are like 41 in there, right? So if the config is not null, that's fine. Let's actually invert this though. Let's do if it is null, continue. Okay. And actually we can do the same on all of these, right? So we can do if it's not like that. Wait, no, I put that bracket in the wrong place. 1 second. Okay, if that is not the case, then we continue. Okay, and then we can do this as well here. I think I actually can do like that, can't I? Yeah. Okay, so this should help us to figure this out. So if the config is null, we skip it. If the config's parent is not a module, we skip it. If the config dependencies is null, or there is no dependencies, we skip it. And then we add for the module that config. Why would that not work? I'm a little bit confused. It must be the dependencies, I think. Maybe we might have to use get children. Actually, what we can do, if we go into here, let's quickly have a look in the DTO builder where we go ahead and build those dependencies. So, new basic. Don't want to do that in there. New basic railroad dependency. So this happens here. Wait, no, I need to look for new basic railroad configuration. So this is obviously a reference, so it doesn't have any children, but we need to look for the other one because there's going to be more than that. Yeah, so this one basically. So this has the dependencies here. I see, but those dependencies won't have the... Oh no, it should, because it has the configuration reference. This should work. Let's go back to the railroad project here. And I'm going to open... I've opened the tutorial mod. Let's see what happens. We can debug this. So elements... Let's just look at these again. So we have a configuration. Okay, a configuration has a list of dependencies, and those dependencies have a back reference to that configuration. So that's fine, right? And then obviously that doesn't have any children because this is just a fake reference, and that then has a back reference to the parent, which does have a back reference to that parent because that's a fake parent, right? Which has all of that, so that should be fine. That's just got like all the fake references it should have. So okay, let's go through. Go to config here. Oh, I didn't look at the parent of the config. Config, yeah, so the parent is a module. What do you mean? Basic railroad configuration. Config.getParent is instance of a railroad module. Config.parent is a basic railroad module. Why is that not working? Right, instance of hashcode, whatever. Okay, now I wanted to step into the friggin' get parent method, but I guess that hasn't worked, has it? I don't know where we are right now. Oh, we're in get parent. How do I... Oh, we can't see that because that's in jdk.proxy. Bro. Okay, I need to know what that friggin' parent is then. Parent. There we go. Let's do that. Can I do that? I don't know if I can do that or not. It might get really mad at me. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Okay. That's fine. We can try again. I just want to see what the parent is, because why would the parent not be a module? Is it because of this proxy shenanigans? It must be because of the friggin' proxy shenanigans that Gradle puts in there. Ugh. I don't know how I'm going to solve that. I don't know. That's going to be exactly what happens. I know it. I already know it. No. It is a basic railroad module. It actually is. Like, that is what it is. Parent, basic railroad module. I mean, this says it's a proxy. If I go to implementations, you can see this is implementing that. parent is a basic railroad module. Oh, unless that could just be the toString though. Maybe if proxy implements toString, it could make it look like it's just the same thing when it's actually not. Oh, that's a real bummer. I can't do I mean, I can do get class maybe, and hope that like, no, there's no way that's been overridden. Bugger. I'm streaming today because I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow. I actually thought it was Thursday today though. I'm kind of really annoyed that it's Friday today. Because I wanted to get more done this week than I've got done. So it kind of pissed me off that it's Friday today. But ah well. Okay, let's see what that. Yeah, it's a proxy. It's a friggin' proxy. Oh my god. How am I gonna solve this? I don't know. I actually have no idea how I'm gonna solve this. I'm gonna cheat, chat. We're doing it again. Because I don't even know what these proxy things are. So I don't know how I'm gonna figure out. Oh, that was a crazy hiccup. I don't know how I'm gonna solve this. I don't even know how I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to solve this, because I don't really know how to solve it. How can I fix? I'll bring this over actually. Line 38 in Gradle dependency tree. Actually, the solution here could be to just make get parent return the module, right? If I say that a parent of a configuration is always a module, then I don't have to do this check because it just is a module. I'm going to do that, actually. I'm not going to ask. I'm not even going to ask AI. Can you believe it, chat? Can you believe it? Wrong window. Meant to do this one. So yeah, all I have to do, hopefully, is in here, I just change this to be a railroad configuration. And bing bada boom, it doesn't work. Because fuck. That's why I didn't do that originally. Because the parent can be a dependency. Because a dependency can have dependencies. I completely forgot that's possible. Shit. Yeah, that kind of Bugger. I really thought I was onto something there. I thought, oh my god, this is such a great solution that I've come up with. but no. It is not. Fuck, man. Basically what I have to do then, my only solution here, and I really don't like it, is I have to use an either. I have to say it's either a railroad dependency or a railroad configuration. Now, is there ethers? Gradle has ethers. Let's go. Railroad dependency or railroad configuration. And basically that's all I can do. Is that not possible? I think I can do parent is not equal to null parent.fold. No. I don't know how you dep. Can I just do dep? And then yeah, I can. So I can just do function.identity, right? Nice. Because they both inherit hierarchical elements, so that just works. The only problem now is obviously the usages of this are not going to work. So here I have to do either dot left parent. Oh shit, this is, oh fuck. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna have to pass an either through here then as well. So this needs to be an either of the same thing. So railroad dependency, railroad configuration. And then what I have to do is I have to fix this so that this is parent supplier. Oh fuck, man. You kidding me? Okay, what's parent here? Field dependency reference. Okay, so this has to be the same thing. Either railroad dependency, railroad configuration. Right, so then what I have to do is because parent is the same thing there. Provided railroad dependency. No, I haven't. Wait, what? Either a railroad dependency or a railroad configuration, and it's saying I've provided a railroad dependency, but I haven't because it's this. Is it because of this? It must be because of this. So this needs to be an either of a railroad dependency or railroad configuration, like that. We'll have to come back to this because I don't know what's happening there. Genuinely a little bit lost. So then the next issue is here, which is a configuration ref supplier. So this needs to be, that builds the configuration reference. Right. So this is just a what does this return? Railroad configuration. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, I see. But where else is collect dependencies called? Is collect dependencies called like... Oh no, it's not called within collect dependencies. I thought collect dependencies would be recursive, but it's not. So this actually isn't an either then. In that case, this is just a railroad configuration. And then this then becomes either .left of that. No, either .right. And the issue here is because this needs to be either .left of parent. Is that right? Provided either of... So this is... I'm so confused. Build dependency reference. Oh, I see. This entire thing needs to be wrapped in either.left. Oh no, not these ones. These don't get wrapped in that. Those come after that. Is that right? I think so. Yes. There we go. So now we go back to the Maven, delete the 2 artifacts again, publish it again, and in a hypothetical lovely world, it just works. Maybe. Improbable, but maybe. So now here where I'm doing config .get parent, that should actually be erroring. I don't know why that's not erroring. Oh, I see, because the parent... Oh, no, that's fine. I see, yeah, because the parent isn't going to error. Right. Oh, I see. In that case, I probably should have... Ooh. Okay, I need to delete the artifacts again. Okay. 100th time is the charm, as they say. So what we will do then is we'll come back into here and we'll have a so we'll go into railroad dependency itself, and then what we'll have is we'll have a either of a railroad dependency or railroad configuration get either parent like that, and then we can just override that in here, get either parent, which will then return parent like that. And hopefully now we should be able to publish that. Now we should be able to come back in here. Now we should be able to get... Okay, I'm noticing we can't. Wait, no. Have I just done this for the wrong thing? I think I've just done all this work for the wrong friggin' thing. The issue is the configuration, not the dependency. Oh my god. Yeah. I've just done all of that for the wrong friggin' thing. Undo. Hopefully I have enough undos to fix this. I think I do. Now we need to go all the way back into here. And we need to hopefully undo everything. But I feel like I'm going to run out of undos. Come on. Come on. Yes. Okay, we didn't run out of undos. Okay. So now we need to go back to the Maven, delete the artifacts again, and then go to the configuration. I see. Yeah. So what we need to do in here is we need to go to the railroad configuration, and we need to return a how do you do this? Hierarchical element just returns that. So what I need to do is I need to return railroad module get parent, and this can be at nullable. I think does so that actually uses a different one. So we probably do want to actually use that same one. So now this returns a railroad module. So now we can publish that. Okay. And now we can reload Gradle. So now when we get the parent, we have a railroad module. So we can just do railroad module. Et voila. Now let's try and run that. Maybe, if we're lucky, it will work. Please work. Once I've done this, I'm going to move on to the console window, as that's kind of the major next big thing. It sounds easy, but I promise you it's not going to be easy. So we'll see. Okay, I've clicked on the dependencies tab, but I am noticing that it seems to not like me doing that. Like, it really doesn't like me doing that. Oh, wait, no, it's fine. 1 second. I was like, oh, it's not changing. But yes, it's not changing because the project is there. Let's go. Okay. Finally. Now, are there dependencies inside the dependencies on any of these? Please. Please have. Please? Oh no. I don't think there's dependencies inside the dependencies. Oh. Oh. Fuck. And you know what the solution to that's going to be? I think I know what the solution is going to be. I think I'm going to have to redo all of those changes I did. Am I right? No, I actually shouldn't be right. That should actually work, because I am just doing get dependencies, and get dependencies is typed, so it does like... Oh no, that's the configuration tree. 1 second. Because the configuration element has to have dependencies. Add dependencies. Add dependencies of the dependency node. Dependency dot get children. Maybe I need to do dependency dot... Well, the children should work actually. The dependency node is so for dependency and dependencies. Where's dependencies coming from? From the configuration tree.get dependencies, which is the root configs, which is here. That should work. Maybe I actually just haven't found a dependency that has dependencies? I don't think that would be the case. But maybe? This used to work before. We used to be able to get the dependencies of a dependency. Let's go to like Minecraft Nate. No, that's just that stuff. They don't seem to. Let's collapse all of these for a second. And what we will do, easiest way to test this. So let's go like compile class path, and if we look for there's a specific one that I'm looking for. This one, yeah, that should have children, I think. The way that we can test this, if this is true, is just to open the same mod inside of IntelliJ, and then we can just have a look which ones should have sub-dependencies, and we can kind of figure things out. So I'm looking for Minecraft 1.21 tutorial mod, new window. So here we go. If we go into Gradle, we're gonna have to give it a second to load, of course. Just wait for it to do that. Maybe. Chop, friggin' chop, man. Don't have all day. Faffing around downloading assets. Like, come on. Interesting. It's downloading the dependencies. Maybe. Maybe that's why. Maybe the dependencies don't have like sub dependencies because they weren't downloaded. I'm curious actually, what task did it run that triggered that? Didn't seem to run any, did it? Okay. So if we now look at dependencies and we go compile class path. Interesting, they actually don't seem to have any sub-dependencies. What we could do, oh no, there's one. So net.minecrel.terminal console appender, and that is in client runtime client runtime class path. So client runtime class path, if we look in here, in theory, what was it again? I didn't see any. What was it? Net.minecrel terminal console appender. That's before all of the fabric yarn ones. I didn't see it. These are all the fabric yarn ones. There it is, yeah. Let me maybe sync again and see. Maybe it's not working? I guess we could step through this actually. So if we go to like here. Okay, it doesn't. Oh no, that's fine. I just want to see. So like configs by module here. If we go value. Let's try and find that exact one. So client runtime class path, here we go. If we go into here, and then we go into dependencies, and then we're going to try and find that exact one. So, right, because they have all the parents first, so we just need to find okay, we're not going to be able to find it like that. Okay, that's Netty. Okay, we can use that to our assistants here because they will be in the same order, I believe. So if we look here, so that's Netty. So we need to go after Netty. I'm going to put this on my other monitor so we can figure this out. So where are we? We are in here. So let's go like 29. That's also Netty. So that is transport classes Epoli. Yeah, I'm just going to have a look at where that is. Epol, I think it is actually. Okay, it's quite a few down from that. It's like here. Actually, log4j. I can't see that one actually. Oh, that's actually way too far down. It's like here. So that's JNA. Oh yeah, and then it's a couple down from that. It's got to be like 36. So that's commons compress. No, that's too far down. Drop simple. JNA. Are these not in order? I don't think these are in order. Wait, no, they are kind of in order. They're in some order. They're not in the right order, though. Oh, so we have to go... 1 second. So this is net. And the one we are looking for is net. So the one we're looking for is not... It's got to be after that. Drop symbols, that's still net. And then that's org. Oh, maybe it's sorted by the actual name. Could it be? Maybe. 1 second. Oh. So like this one is log4j. We're looking for T, which is terminal. So that's F. 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 F's in the chat. No. Never mind. They are like weirdly in some kind of order, but it's a very weird order. It's obviously not correct. I don't want to have to go through each one manually. Wait, can I evaluate expression? Here we go. Dots stream dot filter filter. No, I'm going to do find any. Yeah, you have to filter to do that though, don't you? So filter depth dot dot group dot equals net dot mine crel dot find any dots is present. Okay, didn't like that. Non-static variable, this cannot be referenced from a static context. Oh, I see. Oh, because this dot h. Wait, what is this meant to be? Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, can I do it in here? So can I do like config by module dot get how do I do this? Dot entry set dot stream dot filter O dot. Oh right, because O is a right. Wait, this is kind of like, no, I know what I can do actually. So I can do if we do add dependencies, and then what we do is we condition this to say that the that doesn't work actually because we don't have the specific dependency. So if we breakpoint here and condition to say dependency dot group dot equals net dot minecraft, done. And if we press play, so hopefully this will be the right one. Look at the source object, it is the right one, but it has no children. Interesting. Very, very interesting. In dependencies, what is dependencies? That's all of the dependencies. And where's the parent? That's the fake parent. Okay. Because this one should have quite a few children, and those children have well, it has 2 children. Each of those children has 1 child. This worked before. It must. Well, it has to be an issue with this specifically. Like get dependencies must not be doing what it should be doing. Am I calling get dependencies or get children? I'm calling get children. I'm gonna try calling oh no, that's wait, that's dependency.get. Wait, 1 second. That's not right, is it? Wait, how is dependency? Oh no, that's, we're in the configuration. I see. So if we're going to into here, yeah, so what we don't have, oh no, that's fine. I guess that doesn't really matter. Right, so let's go into here then. If we go into here, so get children returns immutable domain object set of children. But obviously children must be being passed in as null, I feel like, for some reason. I don't really know why that would be the case though. I think that's cheap. because we're about to run out of time as well. Okay. Come on. Come on, ChatGPT. You're smart. You can figure this out. It has to be something that's changed. Because it worked before. I mean, we could have a look in here and just see, like, try and figure out what it's changed. Okay, what's it done? This was caused by children being attached to a parent reference that skipped the current dependency. It changed the recursion to a reference to the current dependency of parent versus children. Yeah, that's correct. Wait. Yes. Yeah. I see. I think that's correct, actually. So it did muck up. Okay. Let's publish. Okay. Then let's go into Railroad. Let's stop. Let's run it again. I'm going to leave this breakpoint in here, this conditional one, so that we can see if it works or not. Hopefully it does. But my hand is really sticky. I don't know why it's sticky. It doesn't smell of anything. Like, is my mouse sticky? No. I literally haven't touched anything other than my mouse and my water bottle. Okay, whatever. Sure. We'll go with that. So dependency is source object. It hasn't worked. Has not worked. What did it change again? Wait, did I reload? I didn't reload, did I? Did I? I'm actually not sure. I don't think I did. I mean, I don't think it should matter if I reload or not. What is this, by the way? Does anyone know what this is? Oh, recursive call. I see. That's pretty cool, actually. Okay, let's see. Try again. See what happens. Dependency. Hopefully it's because I didn't reload. Nope. Still doesn't have any children. So if I press run, still no children. And I presume still no children? Yes. Still no children, still no children. Still no children. Okay. So I'm just trying to look to see if it is actually saying there's no children. Yeah, it is. Bugger, man. So what's it changed? Let's have a look at the specific lines it's changed, right? So 285. And maybe we can see something ourselves in here that's going wrong. So we'll go 285, which is right here. Okay, so let's see reference. Look at dependencies. 3. And that takes in the dependency reference. Shouldn't this happen here? Right? And then those dependencies go in. Wait, that goes into children. Children colon add. Does this use children? It does. But does it use children? Might get rid of this. Wondering if that's causing issues, maybe. Yeah, let's get rid of that, actually. Okay, I'm going to delete the Maven artifacts again. I'm going to publish again. Bing bada boom. Okay, then let's stop that. Let's reload. Let's run it again. And maybe, just maybe, that will have fixed it. I'm not sure if it will have. Only one way to find out. So let's go tutorial mode. Come on, please work. I just want to be done with this, man. I really do. Dependency, come on. Come on. Yes, that did work. Thank fuck. Oh my god. That means, chat, we're fucking done. We are done. If we go in here. Okay. I consider that a massive win. We're done. We're actually friggin' done with this Gradle shit. Oh, the worst part is I'm gonna have to come back someday and I'm gonna have to rewrite all of this. I just am. Because this is a mess of a system. Oh. Are we actually done? Let's just check. Best way to check if we're done is to open Railroad in Railroad, because Railroad obviously has like a sub-project, right? It has Railroad Core as a sub-project. I'm a little bit concerned that that's not gonna work. Let's find out. Because if that won't work, then basically this wouldn't work for a multi-loader project. I'm an idiot. I just opened tutorial mod again. I almost just brought OBS over. What am I doing? I'm losing it, man. I'm starting to lose it. Okay, come on. We're opening Railroad in Railroad. Can we open Railroad in Railroad? It's taken a while. That doesn't necessarily mean anything bad, though. Come on, fingers crossed. Okay. Good start. Hopefully Railroad Core is in here. It's crashing. It's crashing. Wait. It worked. I don't know why it lagged, but it worked. Dependencies? Yeah. So dependencies I think are a little bit different in the way that like Railroad Core isn't inside of Railroad in terms of dependencies. So I think this is actually correct, even though it's weird. Because yeah, like a configuration has a parent module, but that parent module isn't a child of the project. It's just like a separate thing. Dependencies just work a little bit different, I think. So I think that's fine. I don't think that's a problem. Yeah, we can see all of these are working with all of the dependencies. Oh, view. I think we're done. Final thing I will test, I'm going to check sync Gradle project, which should just reload it. It shouldn't do anything crazy. Let's see. It's lagging, but I think that's probably fine. Uh-oh. Okay, no, it's actually like crashing. Okay. That's probably because it's building the tree. So I might have to do some like async stuff there in the future. But for now, I don't really care. It works for the tutorial mod. That's good enough for me. Let's see if Open Gradle configuration works. It does. So that opens the build.gradle, and presumably this opens the core. Yes, this is the core one. You can tell because it has much less dependencies. And it's on Maven Central. Yeah, okay. Or Railroad Maven. Okay, that's fine. Now, we can't do anything with dependencies, I don't believe. No, we can't. We can just view them. And hopefully if we go into like... Yeah, so that one works as well. But we should be able to run these as well. So if we run like application run, we should be able to run Railroad in Railroad. Yes, we can. Nice. That's good. Okay, that's nice. So we also should still be able to download sources. Now, I think that only goes into the console at the moment. Ooh. Ah. Shit, we're not done. We're not done. Ooh. We can fix this though. So that's not working because we don't have the init script, but I'm pretty sure I can just add back the init script that I originally had. I think I'm gonna have to try and find the commit where I got rid of it. Yeah, this one. Okay. I think we can just add this back. So what is it looking for? Railroad-download-sources. So if we create a new file, railroad-download-sources dot Gradle. Paste that in. And I don't know what the task is called. Let's check. If I go in here, it's just called download dependency sources. Okay, so if we go into here, call that. We don't need... I don't think we need... Do we? Oh no, wait, that already does that. That's... Oh, that's fine, I think. This... dev.railroad.id.download sources. Yeah, that's not correct, though. So... I think I need to just do this. And then basically do this as well. And then this is download dependency sources, which is the correct name. And this registers a new task. And that task depends on this task. I think that will work. Let's run it. Maybe. Fingers crossed, because I really want to be done. I really, really, really want to be done. Okay. Oh. Oh, it needs to be in it. Download source. Wait, what? Oh. Oh. I see. Let's try again. It does download dash sources.gradle. Yeah, we're gonna have to run it again. Okay, let's try again. Let's open tutorial mode. I'm gonna click the button. It'll come up in the log. It doesn't have like a UI or anything. Okay, it's downloading. I think it does say download complete when it finishes. Right now it doesn't give like updates, so we don't know like what sources it's downloading. That shouldn't be too hard to do in the future though. So that's kind of a future me thing. And luckily friggin' tasks are so much easier to deal with than all this friggin' Gradle friggin' project stuff. So hopefully, I think this will take about 1.5 minutes if I remember correctly. Which is the exact same amount of time it took IntelliJ to do it. Let's see. We just have to wait 1.5 minutes, I suppose. I think it was 1.5 minutes. I think it was like 1 minute and 35 seconds on the dot, if I am remembering correctly. If that's true, it should be completing. There you go. Yeah, I was about to say it should be completing now. Nice. So that has worked. In theory. I mean, it's kind of hard to test it to know if it has actually worked, but I think it should have. If the Gradle task succeeded, it should have worked. The only other thing we can test, or well, we actually can't test, is offline mode, which is this one. We can't really test that. So, I mean, we could. If I press this and then download sources, in theory, it shouldn't work. I think. It says it's successful. I don't know if that's correct. I don't know what Gradle would do. I think that's probably correct because Gradle is probably saying it succeed. It probably just skipped the task because it's either because it's already done it, or because it's offline and it knows the task has a download aspect. I think that's probably correct that it succeeded. But it's like hard to test. I'd have to start with a brand new project and see what it does. But I'm happy to say that's done. So I'm gonna start pushing to Git. So. Okay, first of all, I'm going to do the well, sure, actually, I'll do this first. Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm committing the railroad stuff. And then I need to go ahead and do the Gradle plugin as well. Which I think should be fine. Yeah, okay. Boom, push. Okay, so now all I have to do is I have to go and make a pull request. So I'm going to go, I'm going to close some things first of all. Close both of those. Okay. I'm going to make a PR. So I'm going to, I should be able to open this on GitHub, can't I? No? Do I have to do, in here? Oh no, not that one. This one. I don't know. I'll just do it on freaking GitHub. I'm not gonna faff around with this. Okay. And then I also need to review some PRs. I know that one guy's done some PRs, and I haven't had the chance to look at them yet. I will do that. Just need to do this first. Tasks and dependencies. I'm going to say tasks, dependencies, reload, Gradle project. Oh, it's actually sync Gradle project, and download sources. Okay, so that does all of those. I'm going to get Copilot to generate the summary. It might be able to do it, we'll see. Is this correct? I think so. Yeah, that's good enough for me. I'm going to request Copilot to review it as well. Yeah, it's not a bad summary. I'll give it to you. And then checking I haven't done anything that's going to break anything. Yep, that's fine. Great pull request. Nice. Oh, I see that goes to those now. That's good. Okay, nice. So yeah, Copilot will go ahead and review that because I'm sure there's some things I've messed up somewhere. Some like little bugs or little inconsistencies, or there'll be things because this is a kind of massive pull request, right? I mean, we can look at how many changed. Yeah, 57 changed files. And I think most of those are additions. Yeah, most of those are additions. What was the other guy been doing? He was doing something. Let's have a look. So the first one is this one. So he's been doing a bunch of UI stuff to make UI look better and shit. Most of the reviewing is done. There was a bunch of errors I got last time I tested it, and he says he has fixed it. But I haven't got around to testing that yet. I need to run that locally first and just check that everything seems to work, basically. I will do that probably after stream. He's also done this one. I haven't even looked at this one yet. I assume this is probably... I think that's fine. I will quickly go ahead. Yeah, I'll get Copilot to review this one as well, just to make sure. I don't think there will be anything. I think this looks fine. I imagine it's fine. I'm not gonna review it until Copilot said it's fine. But when Copilot says it's fine, I'll approve that. And then he's also done this one. Rebase SST from dev to be up to date. So yeah, he's basically just brought all of the changes from dev to the SST branch. I don't know how he's got it to compile, I will say. I don't know. Lovely question. Because he hasn't edited anything relating to... One second, let me just have a quick look. I don't think he's done anything relating to... Oh no, he has. Okay. Oh, but it's not going to tell me... I see. It's not going to tell me because it's a rebase. So I don't know what he's done. I don't know. I don't even know really how I can review this because I can't see what he's changed. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about this one. I might not accept this one because I can't, there's no way to view a diff, right? Because these are basically just, there's 666 changed files. Like I can't look through all of those to check that those are all correct. I mean, I can see what all the commits are, right? So I can see that these are all my commits, or other people's commits in some cases. But look, I'm looking at this and he hasn't made any commits. So I don't know how this would fix the compile errors. I don't know. I'll look at that at some point. Yeah, let's just see if Copilot's commented on this one. Not yet. Has Copilot commented on my one? Not yet. It takes a minute to do that. Yeah. Also, this guy started on this friggin' Neoforge one, and then he's just gone and done a runner. So that's kind of just sitting there. I gave him these changes he needs to do, and then he's gone and done a runner. So yeah, that one's probably going to sit there for a while. Yoda was also working on this one. I don't think he's doing it anymore though, so I think we're waiting for someone else to pick this one up, I think. So yeah, that's kind of just sitting there for the moment. So yeah, I mean, it's not a terrible state of the one thing I will do actually real quick is I am just gonna put some labels on this. So enhancement, and also do I can attach it to the Gradle tab. There we go. Did that work? That didn't work, did it? Gradle tab. Nice. Okay. So that should do that, and likewise that should also, isn't there an open issue for that? Oh no, that, I guess that has linked to the issue, right? Yeah, so that's now linked to 115. Okay, good. So that works. Only thing I will actually do with this PR is I will attach a screenshot of that in a minute. Oh, here we go. Copilot's giving me some changes. Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, I kind of agree. Method attempts to open a build file by calling that. Chain of method calls should throw a null pointer of any immediate deal. I mean, Check for the presence of a Gradle. It doesn't verify if files are readable or valid. I mean, sure. I mean, Copilot's annoying because it's usually correct, but it's also like just things that like aren't an issue. What's it done here? It's stored in the preferences as minutes, but with 2 minutes, but the Gradle settings class expects a duration. With these preferences loaded back, there needs to be a conversion from minutes to duration. Is that correct? Yeah, that actually might be correct. The field name inconsistency. Okay, sure. It's also done 9 other ones. Let's have a quick look. We're not going to fix these right now, by the way, to be clear. Update content to return to... Wait, what even is this? When did I do this? No. Which means it will be preserved. Okay. Well, I mean, I'll have a look at that one. What's it said here? Temporary init script is not cleaned up if an exception occurs during that. So the file will be deleted on JVM exit due to but in a long-running IDE application, this could accumulate many. I mean, that's such a non-issue. If it closes, if it deletes the file when the JVM closes, I feel like it doesn't really matter, right? Like that's not. I don't know. I kind of get what it's saying. I don't know. Potential null pointer when calling task.get description. If task is null, can task be null? Maybe. Same issue there. Was appends a space after each word, which results in a trailing space that needs to be trimmed. Yeah, it's correct. Missing java.comment for the parameter. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, sure. 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 Most of these are just null checks though, which is like meh. Like they're actually mostly null checks. Return time from use the word fetch task for project. That's an interesting one. I'll have to look at that one. You just capture strings like 8.5 or 8 for the fallback logic on Okay. Maybe I did think about that. Like maybe that's worth doing. Two consecutive synchronized blocks on the same. Okay. Yeah. And to summarize, I kind of agree with most of them. I mean, they're kind of non-issues, but they are also kind of issues. So I will do those. I will fix those. And then I'm also going to review those other PRs, get those done. Let's just see actually if Copilot has commented on this one. Localize modifier method line does not have a case for meta. With this change on Mac system, meta down is added as a shortcut down to avoid duplication. However, I'm displaying the key binding meta. Might be correct, yes. Okay, that's a test thing. We don't do we don't have tests. So hide that. No, never mind. I don't want to hide it. I want to just delete it because it's not useful. But yeah, I think this is technically correct. So anyways, I am going to go ahead and end the stream here. Tomorrow I will not be streaming, but Sunday we will have a normal stream, and it will be an Industria stream on Sunday. Might also stream on Monday as well, and we'll go back to Railroad because I want to get some more done on Railroad. So probably there will be a Sunday stream. There might be a Monday stream. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I will see you all then. Goodbye.